The information coming in during the spring and summer of 2001 was quite extensive. And you don't have to believe me. It's in the 9/11 Commission report. It's actually in the 2 or 3 other official inquiries that occurred, that there was so much information. Now, at different levels, different officials either were lax or did not share it. Mostly it was a question of not sharing information. Actually, Trump mentioned that in his as one of his points about the agencies not sharing information, and that was some of the problem. But there was also the problem from the highest levels that they had actually completely different agendas. Ashcroft is a good example. He ranked terrorism in August of 2001 as his lowest priority. Now, as you just mentioned, it wasn't because he was sitting in some conspiracy and told Ashcroft to make terrorism your lowest priority, et cetera. No, he had a reason for that. He put violent crime as his main priority, and the reason for that was because he wanted to re-energize the death penalty. I mean, that's a contradiction in terms, re-energize the death penalty, but he wanted to get more death penalty cases, and he thought that violent crime would be the way to go. So, I mean, there were different reasons. Condi Rice was a Russian expert, and she was set on scaling back the ABM treaty and then going to confront Russia, getting that Cold War mentality going again. So that was her focus. And Richard Clark was one of the officials who had his hair on fire and trying to get her then to deal with the problem of al-Qaeda that they did have warnings about. Now, they didn't have the exact time and place. That's what some people said. Well, they didn't send you an invitation of the exact time and place. But yet, there were a lot of people that, you could guess the place pretty easily. Our acting supervisor, by the way, it was not myself. I just had a peripheral role on 9/11 as the legal counsel. I was the person afterwards that said, why are we covering this up? But our acting supervisor on the phone in like mid-August of 2001 said to the people at headquarters, don't you know this is a guy who could fly into the World Trade Center? So, and he goes, well, why did you pick the World Trade Center? He goes, well, that was the prior target. I mean, if we're supposed to be processing intelligence, and then you claim that you have to have the exact time and date, that someone has to send you an invitation, that you're not intelligent enough to even see some of these things.